What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one. And this one is Dexter New Blood, Episode 7, Skin of a Teeth. We are in the end game right now, people. This series is just about over, and I think that we have all we need to figure out exactly what's going to happen. What up to all my thugs, nerds, freaks, and geeks? You're now rocking with the best of Don Tony Teflon. If you can, please subscribe and click that bell so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. As always, 500 is the like goal. If we hit 500 likes, a subscriber who leaves a comment on this video will have a chance to win a Dexter t-shirt. And the last video did hit that threshold, so in this video I will be announcing another winner. Thank you all. It's my pleasure to do this for you. I'm so happy. Let's get right into this video. Now, the episode is called Skin of a Teeth, but it's a little bit more than that. It should be called Skin in Her Teeth, because that is what this episode truly is about. Let's go right to it. So episode starts off where we left off before. Bishop has Dexter come to the mine, and she wants to go through all the evidence that he could pick up from this body. He says, listen, you're lucky that the cold temperature is what kept the body in the condition that it was, or there'll be nothing but a skeleton. But after doing a bunch of research, what he does find is stuck inside of her mouth, right on her tooth, is a piece of skin. Hence, skin of her teeth, and that this could be the person who did this. Now, Bishop tells Dexter her theory that she believes that it's Kurt who has done this, which then leads Dexter later on another day to tell her exactly what he did when he followed Molly and Kurt up to the hideaway. He does bring her up there like we see in the preview, and she shoots the lock and they gain entry. But when they go inside there, that whole place is stripped. He has taken everything out. Smells like bleach, and he's taken out the cameras. He took out the tub. He took out everything. Now, I know a lot of people had theories about this tub, that something was going to happen in it. I think this puts that theory to rest. That's not going to be the case. Kurt then has a conversation with Dexter at his truck stop, and during this conversation, Kurt is letting on like he knows a little something about Dexter, which they do reveal a little bit later. But Bishop and them come in there and they arrest Kurt for the murder because the DNA does come back. Now, we knew they weren't going to be able to hold him on this charge, or it just wouldn't be a Dexter show, because Dexter is a guy who usually takes out these killers. But dealing with that, he does work his way out. And when he works his way out of it, we figure out exactly what's going on with him and why he does what he does and his ritual. So while blaming the whole thing on his father, he tells the story of how when he was a child, his dad would pick up prostitutes and beat them and have sex with them. The record player would be playing. This is the song that he would be hearing, is Runaway. That's why he uses that song in his ritual. And I like the way that they put this together, because as he was saying that was his father doing it, they showed the flashback of him, and he was the one who truly went out there, bagged up Bishop's friend. He was giving her a ride. She jumped out the car. She ran away. He shot her right in the back. It seems like they're trying to tell us that was his first time ever doing it, and he must have got off on doing it because he's continued to do it to all these other girls ever since. And he learned from his father that if they're runaways, no one really cares about them, so you don't have to worry about people coming to look for them and all that good stuff. In the end, it shows you the trauma. Every serial killer that we've seen in this show somehow was traumatized by one of their parents. Happened to them when they were a kid, and this is what led them, put them on the path that they are to become the serial killer. But because of his father's story, which would tie his DNA to it, because he has the same DNA of his father, and there's a likelihood that it could be his father, they have no choice but to let him off the hook. Which then gives us the biggest reveal of this episode, is that he knows that Jim is the one, Dexter, that killed his son. And how he figured this out was when he was standing out there and drinking his drinks, he looked at Jim and he said he thought it was snow, but instead he realized it was ashes on him. So I guess he went to the incinerator, and when he did, he found the titanium screw that was in his son's leg that was left there. Now, all this conversation takes place in the jail. Dexter goes in there. He gets all the cops to leave because he lets the sheep out, and then they go and he's able to talk to Kurt one-on-one. I like the way that they played this. I also like the line that Kurt said, We cannot get rid of all of our sins, not even with fire. And that just lets you know that he knew the deal at that particular time, that Dexter, aka Jim, was the one to take his son out. Which leads Dexter to go and search his office for something to get on him, and he really can't find anything in there but some type of check, some type of payment. The person whose name is on this check is Eldrick, and I think that this could be the person that Kurt is embalming these bodies for. Not that it's just for Eldrick, but Eldrick could be the go-between. Now, I told you, I still think without a shadow of a doubt that this goddamn billionaire has another role to play, but Eldrick seems to be the guy making the payment to Kurt for the embalming of these girls for their bodies when it's all said and done. That's what I think that money is for. Now, I knew this henchman was suspect from the beginning. I could tell you exactly why. He has Harrison help him with a couple of half kegs in the truck stop, but then when he has Harrison help him, he goes and he lifts them both by himself right after, when he had Harrison help him with one. But yeah, he was able to lift both of those things by himself and walk away. So you knew right then that you should have picked up on that this guy was something was going on with him. To almost wrap it up with Dexter and Kurt at the end of this, we see Dexter get bagged up by the henchman and thrown into the car and taken away. And that's where Dexter's story ends for this episode. That leads us to Bishop and Molly. Now, I told you straight up that Dexter doing this good deed and saving Molly's life in the end would be the downfall of him 100%. That this was going to be how he gets exposed, trying to do a good deed, but the good deed is what burns him in the end. And that's exactly what we see, because when we see Bishop talking to Molly, she got to bring up the fact that, listen, Kurt seemed creepy, but yo, how did Dexter even know? And Molly picks up on everything. It's like, yo, this dude recorded our conversation, because there's no way he should have been able to hear what we were talking about from this distance. You know, there's just no way he could have possibly done that. So she realizes that Dexter recorded a conversation, which is mad creepy. And she's like, listen, if he wasn't your man, I'd do a full background on this dude for you right now. I would drop it on him, because that seems mad suspect what was going on right there. And that gives Bishop the red flag when she says that. I had no doubt that Molly was going to be a part of his downfall, and this is it. This is what it's going to be in the end. There's no doubt about it. But we also, Molly's not out of hot water yet, because we see Kurt still stalking her, looking at her like he wants revenge on Molly. For some reason, he's got his mind fixated on Molly. So I think Molly could still be in trouble. There could still be an issue where Kurt comes after and tries to take Molly out, if he can deal with this whole Dexter situation, or if he doesn't have to deal with this Dexter situation. Since he just got out of jail right now, he's still kind of hot. You know what I mean? It's a good possibility that he's going to leave Dexter to this henchman. Like, he's going to let this henchman take care of Dexter. He won't be up there. He won't be involved in that whole situation. Good chance he's just going to let the henchman try to take Dexter out for revenge for killing his son, and he won't even be in this cat and mouse thing that we see going on up there. That then would allow him to spend more time with Harrison and take his son. Like Dexter took his son away, like I talked about. Now he's going to take Dexter's son away. And it's not going to be, Dexter was thinking like he's going to hurt Harrison, but that's not how he's going to do it. He's going to get rid of Dexter and take Harrison over and make Harrison his new son and do a better job than he did raising his old son. I think that's his plan, and that's what they're trying to go for here, which is what I told you was his plan from the beginning. So since we're talking about Harrison, let's deal with Harrison real quick. First, we get our first sighting of the Trinity Killer, and it's in the flashback scene, and Harrison says he remembers everything. He remembers all that stuff that happened to his mother. He's traumatized by it. He remembers the blood. He remembers sitting in the blood. And I told you that it was a good possibility that he would be able to remember, and I also told you that Trinity talked to him and placed him in that blood, and it seems that's exactly what happened when it all went down. We see the Trinity Killer directly look Harrison right in the face and talk to him. And I'm telling you people, this is what it's going to be. In the end, the dark passenger, the person that's talking to Harrison this whole time in his head, is going to be the Trinity Killer. I told you that from the beginning. I'm sticking to it. I'm telling you, that's the way that we're going to see it, Sam. That is why he's so messed up. Listen, he has that razor blade. He just didn't pick that razor blade up all of a sudden. He's been had that razor blade. So he tries to say the podcast brought it all back from him. But yo, it was before that, because you already had the blade with you. You came up there with the blade before you listened to that podcast. The reason why he has it is because inside of his head, just like Deb is talking to Dexter, it's going to be the Trinity Killer talking to him. And that's how we just heard his voice. That's how he knows exactly how his voice sounds when he talks to him. That's what it's going to be, people. I promise you that it's going to go down. But again, this was a great episode. I truly enjoyed this episode, but I want to know how you felt about this episode. That's what the comment section is for. I try to respond to just about all the comments that you leave there, so keep leaving them, and I guarantee you, if I can, I'll do my best to respond to everyone that you put out there. As I said, we did hit the threshold last video for the giveaway, so this giveaway winner is 3G's TV. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for leaving a comment and supporting my channel. I truly appreciate it. All you got to do is hit me up, Teflon TV, on Facebook. When you do, let me know it's you. Give me your size. Give me the address you want me to send it to, and I will ship that right out to you. Again, all I can do is ship them out, people. Everybody's stuff is shipped out. It's Christmas season, so if it's taking a little bit longer, understand most likely that's the case. But I can guarantee you that that shirt is shipped out. And someone did win a Dexter card game, which we gave away on our live stream. So make sure you tune into the live stream, because we do giveaways on that. With that being said, if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and as always, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.